cold grip.
Yeah.
Maybe now is not the time. Your illusions of freedom and of free choice, they will serve us for now.
Right. Illusions.
I said illusions and not delusions. That means I have some faith in you. I have to.
I think it's well put.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be Satan Taisai. I'd just be you.
Right.
And he'll just kind of walk back into you.
All right. Kira will just kind of let out like a deep shuddering sigh. All this stressful shit.
All right. So the chains will lay there, but you still have the heavy feeling on your heart as you walk out.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye, Astilion. You didn't give the message. The killer said no.
Get out of here.
All right. So, next on the list is Ryu.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Ryu isn't as good as Akira, so he will find himself being placed here against his free will. And he will find himself with very loose chains, actually. He can step out of them whenever he wants, honestly. But he doesn't really feel like it. It seems safer to be within here because nothing's going to happen, right? And then it's our good friend and buddy.
Murder Elephant.
Yes, but he doesn't look like his normal self. He looks like the Vitala that first came to you when you made your contract. Because the Vitala that was with you, he kind of grew a bit. He had he had the setup with the mask and change and stuff. This is before your contract, Vitala.
Right.
And it'll be the same kind of scenario. It'll be like a dark room. I guess it's like a cave in terms of feeling. Like this is the same room that Ukir was in as well. It's kind of like a damp cave, and he's kind of chained to the wall. But there's even more chains on him than there was on Asterion. Like he literally cannot move, and he's just there. He's not struggling. He's just standing there. Well, not fiercely, but complacently. And, he doesn't have a mouth, but he looks like his trunk is shut closely in defiance.
Oh, this is interesting.
He'll remain silent.
So, I take it you're not the one that brought us here.
And he'll just kind of turn his head to the side, and he'll start not shivering, not vibrating, but, moving side to side involuntarily. And it will look like his mouth is being pulled apart by an invisible force. And you'll just kind of hear like... Not.
So someone's forcing you to try and send a message to me, I take it.
You're the same as you always was. You think you know everything.
I think I know everything. That's funny.
It It is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, considering every time I turn around, I come to realize how little I actually do know.
Yes, that's why I said you fit. But I can't. I have to do that. I have to know. He's my brother. You'll hear the voice come out of its mouth. And he'll just try to... You'll see him wrestling with him, trying to close his mouth.
Right. So is that what this all is going to be? We're going to stare defiant at each other and, while this goes on?
You can leave.
Can I?
Yes, you always could. I want no part of you. You've made me the sniveling mess that I am now. You have ruined the myth of Vitala.
I've ruined you? I seem to remember you were the one that left.
Why do you think that was?
That it was mutual agreement because I could never be what you wanted me to be.
Yes. So put 2 and 2 together.
So if that was the case, then why were you even bound to me?
Isn't that a wonderful question? Why do you think so? Why don't you try and figure it out for once, instead of being led like a horse to water?
Probably because I don't care to follow my own path anymore.
You're pathetic.
Just figuring this out now?
No. But I will always be tainted that I ever made a contract with somebody as lowly as you. No name.
Right.
I'm not going to say a thing. You can leave whenever you like, or when the railroad takes you back into its cold clutches again. What are you going to do? You don't want to be here. You don't want to know. So go. Do what you're best at and run. Run away.
Well then, I suppose that truly is the case. And it's sad to see that you've even fallen to my level. I was hoping that there would be something more when you left.
What are you talking about? I don't want to be here. I don't want to ever see you again unless it's to rend more into your body. I'm afraid I can't do that right now. You'll have to wait for another time.
Well then, until next time. Someone who sure doesn't like to talk, you sure don't shut up, do you?
I can help that one. To deny my guttural instinct to laugh at you. But I do have control over myself. And he'll just kind of bash his head backwards against the wall and he'll fall limp.
That's all there is to this dream.
You won't be able to hear Kumasaki's voice, but you feel like he's somewhat around, maybe?
Yeah, I suppose in spirit is better than nothing. You'll probably just stare at the chains for a little while then.
Alright, so they look pretty broken actually. Like they don't look very strong at all. They kind of look like paper.
If that's the case, Ryu will see what happens if he tries pulling on them.
Alright, so when you pull on them, they'll actually feel extremely heavy, even though they look extremely weak. Like, you wouldn't be able to move it with just one hand. You'd have to, like, tug with both of them and put his effort into it.
Alright. Well, I suppose all that's left is to wait to wake up. You said just kind of slouching.
Alright, so I guess as you guess you'll just stare down at the limp Vitala, and you'll see him stir sometimes, but he's pretty much resolute in not saying a word. And sometimes his mouth will open and say garbled stuff that isn't even Japanese anymore. And I suppose, I suppose eventually you'll feel the need to just walk out. There's nothing else going on here unless you try to force it out of him.
You would have no interest in that.
Alright. So, goodbye, Vitalo. So, next up will be Reiko. I need to blow my nose, but I don't have any tissue.
Yep.
One moment.
I'm kind of looking forward for this.
Alright. So, Reiko has a and well, Reiko doesn't have any choice to react. I mean, I know that sounds a bit rapey, but you know. So, and
you kind of cut out there.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I cut out appropriately?
She kind of, but you know, OP. That was what you said.
Yeah. The gist of what you were trying to say came out all nice, you know, creepy, but we missed the actual wording of it.
No, I think we missed the gist.
Alright. Well, basically, Reiko controlled in Ryu. So, that's the TLDR. And when Reiko falls asleep, she cannot feel Ebisu at all. It feels like she doesn't even know who Ebisu is. He feels like a stranger. Like a complete, utter stranger. He actually feels quite stifling, actually. And the chains around Reiko are very, very tight. Like, Akira didn't have any. Ryu had very loose ones. And the Reiko's has got very tight chains around her ankles, her wrists, her neck. And she feels a really heavy pull around her heart. And she's wearing a, not a breastplate, but you know what I mean, right? Something that restricts the chest.
I get the idea, I think. I can visualize what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll start the dream like in a kneeling position, as if she's being weighed down. And there's an intense fire. Like Reiko's looking at the ground, and there's a mask that's half on her face, so her vision is pretty like she's not blind, but it's like you're trying to, like, if you cover half of your eye, like, you know, like you don't see as much as you usually do.
I get a feeling what you mean. I watched enough Bleach with those freaking hollows. But I know what I'm gonna say. So yeah, she's like probably heavy breathing, being slightly panicked because like, what the hell is going on? What's going on?
Right. And you will hear yourself in your voice, in your saying, "Look up."
I to force myself to look up, like fighting through that oppressive feeling that weighs me down.
Right. And you will look up and you will see that these flames, they're dancing and they're swirling and they're making a majestic avian figure. Turn you around. And you see a giant firebird, and this one is not chained at all. It's completely free, and it is not flying, but it's kind of standing up nobly and proudly and looking down on Reiko.
What? Who are you?
I am the you that never came to be. I am the you that you will become. I am the you that, once you rid yourself of those chains by your oppressors, you can be born anew. I am Phoenix. I am the one who can never die. I am immortal.
I mean, I imagine Reika at this point is like extremely confused and like she doesn't like thinking straight. I don't understand what is going on. Why am I in these chains?
You allowed yourself to be chained. Though they were not from the person who summoned me to you, they are of your own design. They are those which you willingly put on eagerly without knowing of how heavy they could be. And yet you struggle and you resist, but you still keep them on. You still keep yourself tied to the blood that runs through your veins. Even though your mouth, it speaks words of folly, your heart is not strong enough to break free.
I shake my head, like trying to like through this mist, like this veil, like thinking, like remember, not about Abyss, but remember, like trying to bring the image of like Gidyu, like this thing, like what she was thinking about the choice, and but then it's like goes away because she's, I mean, kind of stressful situation, and she's like almost like panicky. I'm just a teenager. How I didn't know about this change. What could it do? How was I supposed to know?
And it'll just kind of stretch about, and it'll be like, do you wish to fly, little one? Do you wish to break free from the gilded cage you were born within?
And then, like, when he answers, like, my head, like, slightly goes lower, and this is, like, this moment when this is, like, long silence as I'm thinking, then I look up, probably getting the wrong idea, but you know, stressful situations. She's like maybe projecting what the answer might mean, really, and it kind of like sorta aligns with her objective. Yes, to sort of. I mean, yes.
Every day, the persona that you made for yourself, it grows weaker. You find yourself disillusioned. Every day, you question yourself. Can I really be Empress? Can I really be the sun for Japan? Can I really be a Fujiwara? You cannot fool me, though you continue to fool other people. These chains, you can put someone of your own design. I come from my patron. I can be yours. And Reiko would know that she got her persona from, her family summoning ritual.
Yeah, I remember that in the past.
Yes.
I mean, out of character, I know where this is going, changing one master to another, or one set of chains to another, so that Shin gets leverage on me. And then I say, I never asked for power for this responsibility. I want to help, yes, but in my own way, so I can forge my path of doing what's right.
And the Felix will say, you do not have the courage, you do not have the spirit, you do not have the determination to let go. That is why you are in the sad position that you are. I am here tonight not because you had the ability to summon me, but because I was needed. I was going to relay a message from my patron. He is in desperate need. But you have not aligned yourself to us. You have aligned yourself to your father, to your cousin, to your family. You didn't ask for this, no, but that is how the dice were laid out. Are you telling me that you really have the fortitude to go through with chains, but yet you seem so hesitant? You know that the cards, they are the key to everything. They are simply a manifestation of our patron. Those who have been born with them have been born anew, but at the same time, they were not meant to have it. My patron wants them back. And if you get them back, he will reward you when he is at his full strength once more.
Yeah, I mean, even with like being, kinda scared or something like that, I can like add 2 to 2 and figure out that, yeah, the way Phoenix is talking, Shin is patron in this case. And then, but wouldn't preventing the end of the world be reward in itself?
And it will just kind of close his eyes and he'll be like, everything comes to a rake, little girl. To an end, little girl. Why would we fear that which would be inevitable? If it is not inevitable, it will be stopped.
I mean, we will make it stop, and then, like, kind of remind me, hesitant. At the end of the day, I just have, wait, are we like 15 or 16 years old? Never mind.
I think Reiko's 15.
I'm just 15, I'm a teenager, like, what do you expect that I will know everything, exactly what I want?
those who are on the cusp of adulthood are at their prime, they're at their peak. You're in the strongest era.
Strongest, but I don't have wisdom, knowledge, life experience, and this is
So-
something that will decide my whole life.
So you're going to keep yourself trapped then? Are you going to continue to be a disappointment to the cloistered? Are you going to fizzle out before you've even sparked?
And like trying to master some sort of defiance. She's like trying to stop angry. I honestly don't know how how Reiko does it well because of the entire situation. But what I want to say as Reiko to Phoenix, like trying to look defiantly in its face, I will forge my own path. I will stand up and I will shine the light and I will break the chains. I will be my own person.
And when you hear this, you'll hear your own voice saying, "You don't want me? Why?" And you'll see coming out of you actually, like your form will change, and it will change into Ebisu's, and Ebisu like you're looking at yourself from like a third angle, or like I guess you're like seeing yourself from Phoenix's perspective, and you'll see Ebisu chained up and as tightly as you were, and he's crying.
Well, that, as I said, mental trauma is on. I like... Despite what I say, this is like a mix of being... No, because Reiko is not a... I mean, she thinks of herself as not a bad person, but we know how this goes. But on one hand, this is still this like fire of defiance, but on the other, it kind of stings in heart, like really badly when she sees that. So she like winces, and there's like a mixture of something like sadness, sorrow. Because
We grew up together, Reiko. Don't you want to be a good empress? Don't you want to make our father pleased? Don't you want to make everybody happy? Like the sun in the sky? Don't you want what we've been training our whole lives towards? What many generations and her grandfathers and our grandfathers and our grandfathers did? Why don't you want that? What's so wrong with that? That's what we were meant to do. That's why we were made.
and then I try to switch some of my grief and like, because if I understand right, I'm not chained right now.
You
Or-
you don't have a body. You kind of see
Oh,
Ebisu.
right.
Yeah.
All nice, Ebisu. I mean, I know. Okay, so I know I look at from. So I say to try to say
Yeah.
to Phoenix, like trying to like delay answering to Ebisu. So that's how it's right? Showing me that despite my best wishes, like there's always a choice you have to make. Yeah, no third road. Destroy that from me.
You're looking at yourself right now. I have granted you a small piece of myself so that you can look at the state that you're currently in. This pathetic state where you're only a servant to your family's whims. The repeat over and over again of what you should do rather than what you need to do or even want to do.
But there are no perfect choices, aren't there? Someone's always going to get hurt in the end. That's what it's supposed to show me, right?
Yes, there will always be sacrifice, but you can either choose to wield the blade or be cut by it. It will still be swung, whoever does it.
And then if I could, like, Reiko doesn't, like, this, yeah, Reiko is like emotional mess right now, and she like tries to look at Ebisu with like a mixture of sadness, like grief and shame, and says, like, she looks at him. I don't know if I can even say anything.
No, I want to be a good girl. I want to be a good girl. Daddy, no. What did I do wrong? Mommy, why aren't you around anymore? What do you mean I was just created to be a good girl? Why don't you love each other? Why don't you be a normal family? Why? Why was I even born if I'm not going to do what I was born for? I was just a waste then.
Fucking hell. I imagine, I don't know if this is like possible, but like this is one of the breaking points that will leave some scars behind, and like something in Ereiko's eyes, I mean, wait, because she's like in Phoenix, but maybe like we'll...
I mean, you can choose to, like, if you feel super determined, you can choose to go back to the chained form if you don't want to look onto Ebisu anymore.
I mean, no, I'm... what I was going at is that this is like, I think, moment of decision for Reiko, and she, despite her, she kind of tries to change something about herself, despite this positive attitude and whatnot, like this situation, this emotional pressure, kind of imagine like this is like a crack and like a coldness sets in, and she, after thinking for a moment, like with almost a whisper, but I'm not whispering, so just that you hear, says, the words alone are, no words will be enough, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. But this is a choice I have to make.
Why?
So
You were fine before you went to the school. You were fine before we met those people. You were fine before you took those cards and when you listened to that thing. You were fine. Why are you throwing it all away now? We can do good together, Reiko. We can help our country and our people. That thing there, it only lives to live, and it will die, and it will live, and it will die endlessly over and over again. But you and I, we can make a mark on the world forever. I am Ebisu. I am the god of fortune, but I am also you. Don't throw away your good fortune, your birthright, just because you don't like the title of Empress. You don't understand what it means. We still have so much to learn. Don't let yourself be fooled by that imposter. That husk of a being that's not even human anymore. Reiko, you have to listen to me. I know you the best. I am you.
Like so when I like I feel like I'm trying to say something, but I feel like something like is in my throat, and then I finally found a way to answer to Ebisu. I was fine, but fine is not cutting in enough.
What are you saying? This is a dream. This is an induced state to influence you. You should wake up with a clear mind and a clear soul. I can forgive you, Reiko. You can just carry on as we've always done. Don't do it.
Did my father forgive my mother? Did my father will forgive me if I choose the one that I want to choose as my retainer? Will my father forgive me if I will want to do what I feel is right in the name of whatever it's going to be?
Reiko, you don't understand what you want. You don't know yet. You're still a child. We've still got so much left to grow. Just carry on going to school. Father doesn't need to know about this. And then we can settle down. I'm sure he will get to know. I'm sure he will understand that Giddy is important to us. Really, he will. He may be a bit stubborn at first, but if you show that you're going to be diligent, if you're going to be courageous, if you're going to understand that in the end, that we need to do this. We can have our dalliances. We can have our fun on the side. We just need to do this for the betterment of everybody. We just need to be good little girls, Reiko. So please, go to sleep. Be positive. Don't listen to this Shin anymore. You can stay in the dorm even. Just don't get rid of me.
I asked the Phoenix, what do I have to do?
And it'll be like, if you wish to have a new patron, you know where he resides, where he is being held captive of his own free will. You go there and you describe what has happened to you tonight, and he will know, he already knows, but you need to speak the words, both with your words and with your thoughts. And then the process can begin. And I will be you. You will be me. And from the ties that you have burned down, from those ashes, a new life will arise. One made with knowledge and choice. One that knows that sacrifices have to be made in order for renewal and birth. And we will continue that cycle.
I see. That's it then.
You understand. You saw that man. You will be damaged forever. You will not be the same person that you were. Your soul will be torn asunder, your personality split into fragments, but you'll be stitched together, and you will get what you want, but you will also lose what you want. An equivalent exchange, that is what is required.
final decision has to be made now. No, wait. How... No, wait. Instead I ask how long Shin will wait.
And as you're having a conversation, Ebisu will scream, "What about Katsumi? Are you going to make her cry? She'll never look at you the same again, forsaking your family, your blood, your spirit. And for what? Because you want to be free by putting on another set of chains? You really are stupid. I really am stupid. I'm just a child. I'm a mockery. My deformed hands. I'm not even meant to be a fist. I'm meant to be a powerful god of wisdom, of fortune. I may not have been born with bones in my body, but I have more of a backbone than you do."
And this, I guess, like flashes of my life under Father, of me being prepared for this position, of like scenes in the clan summit, they flash through my mind. I like, my noses flare and I just spare a glance at Ebisu and say, if I didn't have a backbone, I wouldn't be making this choice.
Ebisu will just kind of slump to the ground. And he looks very dull, as if the colour's been sapped out of him. And you'll see he's starting to revert to his original form. You know, the guy that looks happy and smiley in the traditional depictions of Ebisu.
Yep.
Phoenix will be like, actions speak louder than words. You will return to the land of the awake, and then we will see what you will do. I will bid you farewell now. Pledge yourself to us, to Shin, to the truth, and we will give you what you truly desire. And Reiko will wake up, but last but not least is everybody else. So I guess you got. Go ahead.
That means Reiko loses the free alcohol. That's not fair.
So, Jess, when I can write down that I have like D12 mental trauma?
Yeah, you would have gotten a emotional trauma from that. But meta-wise, losing your persona really fucks you personality-wise. So,
Yeah.
if you want to go through with it, that's cool. But you'll lose Ebisu forever, and something about Reiko will irreversibly change.
Yeah, you might want to consider that a little bit.
But the alcohol.
Okay, Dave. Haha, XD.
Alright.
No, seriously, that's pretty fucked up.
I didn't expect Jess to sprank this kind of scene on me, but oh well.
Well, I mean, you know,
Do
you're
do
kinda
expect it.
pushing for
Those
it.
are the kind of scenes you get.
Yeah, I would have figured after Akira's it was going to be something like this.
I mean, since Reiko's been just going, I don't want to be Empress, you don't think Ebisu's gonna be like, nigga? What the fuck?
So Ebisu tried to plead with Reiko.
Yeah, I guess Reiko fucking hates Ebisu.
No, just she knows that's the only way she can get to get you.
His
so.
smile and optimism gone.
Is it the only way to get to Kiryu? I don't think anyone's ever stopped you from getting to Kiryu. But okay, bye, Fortune Boy. I think you might want to be careful, buddy.
Yeah, it's a really big decision. Like, a really big one.
You might... I don't think your dad said you can't fuck him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, even Ebisu said that as long as you do everything else, I'm sure these little things can be allowed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. It's kind of a big deal.
Who's that I'm gonna make a decision right now? But I must say, I was mostly going along the lines of, that actually would be super interesting. Traumatic as fuck, but...
Yeah, we noticed that a lot in this game, that we've had to basically fuck our character. Fun doing it.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And,
You build your own character arc.
and for some reason I thought of like... I got very strong Dark Phoenix vibes.
Oh god.
It's a good Phoenix. It's just purple.
So, Haru's going through a change, and now we're gonna lose Sunny and Reiko? Crap.
I didn't make a final decision yet. But on the other hand, I mean, the reaction
Exactly.
was kinda... You know, actually, you don't really want... It's not nice when you find yourself being chained and your entire shtick about Sanakana is like making change and leading by example. That's
Wait,
how
if you don't want
I
to
see
be
it.
chained... Wait, if you don't want to be chained, then don't... Why are you trying to get a Shin persona? Those are the ones with the chains.
Because I already was chained.
Mysterious. It's like those are your chains. I mean, you can put on different chains if you want.
Yeah, you can get some pink ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I bet Shin's chains will look different than your current chains.
Let me think about it this way. Look at Raph, Rio's, and Kaharu's personas. They have a theme going on. But anyway, anyway, this.
Anyway, you cut out, Jess. What'd you say?
Hello?
Hey,
Jess?
she's cutting out.
Jessica Negan.
Damn it. Didn't we switch here because of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. She'll be alive.
No, it'd be worse on Skype. It sounds like a computer thing.
This sounds just like internet.
Yeah.
Probably.
It doesn't sound like a server thing.
Got it.
You know, I find that kind of odd considering Shin did kind of direct Akira towards Wukong.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his own game?
Yeah, but still, I mean, that wasn't his first choice. I think this lineup is...
Well, listen, I mean, he knew she was already ripped away from her chains. It's probably something else. But I mean, hey, we gotta figure out what that means, guys.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I might have played that scene differently, but it's not that I'm
You cut off that
dissatisfied.
last bit?
Goodbye.
What was your opinion? Sorry, Matt, you said you might play that scene.
I might
cut
have played that
off.
scene differently, but it's not that I'm dissatisfied
okay.
with the result.
I mean, yeah, you didn't make a hard decision yet. You just said, okay, maybe I will.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I'm just warning you, be careful, because I've done this. From literal experience, I've done this.
But what I can say, I mentioned it previously, sometimes I have trouble making decisions because as a player I think, what is the more interesting choice?
Yeah, I know, just be careful,
Yeah.
buddy. Oh, welcome
Alright.
back, Jess.
Yeah, disconnected. So,
That's okay, we figured
if you had
it
any
out.
questions for me, I didn't hear them.
No
Yeah.
big ones, I think. I mean, obviously there's a lot of questions, just not able to ask them or answer them.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised Reiko was the one with the most chains considering Ryu's the devil.
Hee XD.
Well,
I mean,
it's
I think...
because-
Yep.
I mean, it was because of all of the obligations he's had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I mean, I got that.
Ryu is more like the devil who's just an asshole. And by that I mean, if we're actually looking at the symbolism, it looks like more nowadays that he's trying to keep himself away from all these things.